Hey guys, welcome back. Got a little different video for you today. We're working on a Project CRV that I've had for a little longer than I'd like to admit. Picked it up pretty cheap. Thought it might need a transmission. When you put it in low one, let's back up. When you put it in drive, it's slow to pull off. Put it in low one, work your way up to drive, works fine. So I did a swap on a Civic a while back and got a transmission. So I used a B20 swap, bought a transmission to go in the CRV. Long story short, I haven't put the transmission in, and I figured let's try a cheap part before we go into changing out the entire transmission. So what we did was we went to Amazon and we bought a set of shift solenoids. Say that 5 times fast. Brand new shift solenoids off Amazon was 30 bucks. So we're going to try and install these shift solenoids and see if that helps the issue or if it's actually transmission related. So first of all, let's bring you in here. I don't know if you can see down in here. These are your shift solenoids. This is where it will go. You have a 10 mil here, a 10 mil here, and one on the back side. I don't know if you can get a good visual, but the plug's in the way. So unplug the connector. There's another 10 millimeter back there. And we'll get this old piece out. And we'll see if that helps. Be back in a minute. Let me get my tools ready. All right, so we're back. What you're gonna need. I've got a 1/4 inch ratchet. Extensions. I didn't have one quite as long as I thought I needed. Put 2 together, 10 millimeter socket. Long flathead screwdriver. Also couldn't find my clip tool. Figures it would disappear when I needed it. So let's get started. So here we was taking the solenoid loose. First 10 millimeter bolt, second 10 millimeter bolt, and the third, popped. Had to move the connector out the way. And the third bolt was being a booger. Had to switch up to a 3/8 ratchet to get it out. That was this pause here. I was going to find my 3/8, which of course stuff tries to disappear when you need it. But that's what we did here. Came back, still trying to be a little aggressive. So we knocked it down, got it on, broke it loose, and then come back with a 1/4 inch ratchet, and it came right out. All right, so we got the old unit out, as you've seen in the time lapse. It was kind of hung up on the other. There's a little bracket that this clips onto. You just push this little connector in and just slide right off that bracket. I did have to switch to a 3/8 and kind of knock it down a little bit. The 1/4 inch didn't want to sit on just right, or didn't want to turn. So we switched to the 3/8, got an extension, got it broke loose. So now I'm going to clean the area up a little bit and reverse the process. All the bolts are the same length, so no need to worry about that. Let's get it cleaned up, and we'll put the other one in, and we'll see what happens. All right, so now we have the area cleaned up. Best it's gonna get. We'll just take this out the bag, reverse the process. You guys are probably all upside down, but I guess you get it. Let's see, turn you around here. Charging cord in the way. Get you adjusted. And now it's on to blur up, because we're focusing on the wrong spot. Maybe it'll work. All right, we've got the new one. Make sure the gasket's on. Slide it down in the hole like so. insert your bolts. Put the bottom one in, then the top one. You could put the middle one in, but it'd still pivot. So put the bottom one in first, then put this top one in, or whichever way you decide. And we'll throw the middle one back in. All right. Let's see if we can tighten them up here. Okay, the middle one's tight. Switch to this one. Okay, that one's tight. The last one is way back here. Okay, that's tight. All three are tight. Get you set back up here where we can see. So now, this is the new connector. Find the old connector back here on the wiring harness. Make sure it's turned the correct way. Obviously, my fingers aren't working for me. There we go. Click. And you can slide it back on this other bracket. Bend it back down. I bent it up a little bit. So now it's back like it was. This is how it is. New shift solenoids are installed. Alright, new shift solenoids installed. I'm going to clean up a little bit, put my tools up. I'm going to jump it back off and see if it made any difference. See if we fixed anything or if we're just spinning our wheels wasting money. So, I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back in the CRV. Finally got it jumped off, had trouble getting power. Got one Honda cord's corroded up just a little bit. Finally got it jumped off, it's running. I guess I should have checked it for leaks. I checked it for leaks. When I was out there, it didn't really look like it was leaking, but it wasn't in gear, so there was no pressure. So, now we're just gonna see if it made any difference. First ride with the new solenoids. Reverse seems to be okay, but never really had an issue with that before. Of course, it needs a battery. Maybe we won't cut off. cut it off. I don't know if it was a solenoid or not, guys. It's not looking too good. Maybe I'll check the fluid and see if that helps. I'll check a few things. I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys. I'm back. Did some testing. Fluid looked good. Drove around the yard a few more times to try and see if it was just not building pressure. I checked the fluid again. That seemed fine. And then the check engine light came on. So I said, well, let me get it jumped back off because it cut off on me in the yard. So I said, let me get it jumped back off. Let me pull the code and see what it says. Well, I got a code P0730, which basically says it's incorrect gear ratio, but I did some Google research, and that could mean one of two things. Either the shift solenoid isn't working, or something internally of the transmission isn't working properly, or the automatic clutch pressure solenoid is not functioning. I did not buy one of those, but there's a trans in the back, the one I told you I ordered. So I'm not gonna change that now because we're running through the yard and it's hot, and I'm not gonna fight that today. So we'll get that solenoid pulled off of the other transmission and put it on this one, just to see if that makes a difference. If not, looks like we're putting the transmission in the CRV, which was what I didn't want to do. But we shall see. So, till the next one, y'all be good. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.